Hello and welcome to the Talking Shrimp podcast. My name is Mitchell Lewin and I am joined by...
Good evening, my name is Joel and I am driving.
This is a Conversations from the Front Seat. If you don't know the premise, obviously we're Talking Shrimp. We do Talking Shrimp podcasts and every now and then when we're on a drive we decide to do a podcast.
Have a natter.
And it's Conversation from the Front Seat because we're sat in the car.
And this is the whole take on Talking Shrimp.
Yeah, where are we currently?
So we are currently on the M1, northbound.
We are 7 miles from Rochdale.
Yep,
there you
towards the north.
We're heading northbound to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Was that a good accent?
Geordie. Toon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, what we discuss on these tends to be a short sort of question, and this is going to be more of a story time, I think, today.
Story time.
We're going to talk about the time we went to the cinema and I left you in a screening by yourself.
Yep, he left me. Ah,
right. So let's get the story. Story time. Let's do the story time.
Let's go all the way back to booking the screen.
So when was it? The screening was on the 18th of August.
Speed limit camera ahead.
Oh, thank you, Sheila.
Thanks, Sheila.
The screening was on the 18th of August on a Monday. I just played football, but a week prior, we tend to go to the cinema on a Mondays at the minute because I have football. I have football in the location near the cinema and we meet there. So we watched this film the week prior, and after that finished, I was like, okay, let's book something for the following Monday.
Stay in the right 3 lanes.
Sheila, not right now.
It's story time.
It's story time, Sheila. We watched the film, and then afterwards I was like, okay, well, you said weapons looks good.
Yep.
And I like the look. It looks good to me. It looks interesting.
A lot about weapons. Must be really good.
Didn't hear a lot about weapons.
No.
But I was like, oh, it's a thriller.
You heard that it's meant to be a good film, and everyone's going to watch it, so you wanted to go watch it. You didn't know the premise of the film.
No. So I booked it, and I sent my good friend Joel an invite to the cinema,
which I was quite surprised at, considering what Weapons is about. We will get into that more. But
Speed limit camera ahead.
Sheila, stop!
I was more surprised at the fact Mitch sent it me, because usually I go out on a whim saying, oh, let's go watch this horror film, like The Conjuring's coming out and stuff, way, and he usually goes, yeah, sure. No. So this time, him sending me that, I thought, oh, that's okay. Yeah, sure, yeah, and I booked it. So yeah, that was a setup.
So then nothing was said for the week.
Yep.
The Monday showing came round. I finished football. I met you at my house.
Yep, did a few podcasts. Lovely, no problem.
Yeah. And
then we bumped into your brother. Your brother asked and said, oh, what are you going to watch at the cinema? As, people do.
As you would do.
Yeah, and I turned around and said, oh, we're going to watch Weapons. And he turned around and went, Mitch is going to watch Weapons. I was like, yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? I didn't expect that. And then at that point,
I think we should premise here. I don't like horror movies. I can't do jump scares.
Know that.
No,
you didn't know.
So with him saying that, with my little brother saying that, I then obviously was like, wait, what? Is it that bad?
Yeah.
And I obviously didn't say anything at the time, but on the drive to the cinema, I did a bit of looking into a bit of research. A bit of research into the film and saw, there's a couple of jump scares, a bit of gore.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing you do see is horror gore. Like it's a pretty it's pre-advertised as a horror. That's what it is on the tin, regardless of what you read about it.
So we drive to the cinema. We get there. Would you say I was pretty quiet?
I was going to say you were pretty quiet, but before we got there, you were saying I'm not looking forward to this. Mitch has watched a few horrors. There's a premise of, well, you've heard this. Go back and listen to the podcast. But Mitch, first horror at the cinema was The Nun in 2019, I think.
Yeah.
And it was basically a prank that I pulled on him, saying we were going to go watch something else.
Stay in the right 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Shut up, Sheila. We were going to go watch something else, and it turned out to be The Nun. And he found out literally as it came on the screen saying The Nun, and he wasn't best pleased, but he sat through it and he did really well.
I committed to that. I watched all of it, and then since then we've watched Friday the 13th, the original one.
I believe was that on Halloween?
Yeah, on Halloween. On Friday the 13th, I think it was actually. Yeah, it was on Friday the 13th. We watched it on.
Yeah, which again, is pretty big horror.
Yeah,
so he's done well. So he has done it before, and I think he didn't realise anything about this until not even an hour before, about half an hour before.
So we get to the cinema. I'm thinking, oh no, what am I getting myself into here? We go into the cinema. You bag yourself some £2 popcorn boxes, but
we'll get more into that.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
You bag them, and we I go for a wee, as I always do before the cinema screening starts.
Tactical.
We scan our tickets. We wander through to screen 6, the iSense showing of Weapons.
Yeah, bang in the middle, by the way.
Bang in the middle.
Best seats in the house.
Well, yeah, they're not even advertised as best seats, but row C. If you go to Telford's Odeon, there are seats. Fuck off. So we go sit in them seats. I think 9 and 8. Or 10 and 9, is it?
It might be 9 and 10.
I think it's 9 and 10. You sit in 9, you sit in 10, I sit in 9.
I think so, yeah.
But anyway, we sit there, the trailers go through, like, I'm thinking, okay, these trailers aren't too bad.
No, they are horrors and stuff.
The Conjuring, the new Conjuring trailer comes on.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, oh no, this is actually kind of a scary
this is the one
trailer.
Really. Yeah.
And I'm just like on edge now, like I'm proper on edge, and then the trailers end, and then the movie starts, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm on edge. I'm so on edge.
And I could tell because of your face, but I thought, he'll be fine once it settles in and he knows the premise of the film. He'll be fine. He'll get used to it. He'll be absolutely fine. No, that didn't happen.
Well, I thought I might have been able to do that. I thought, like, I'll be all right. I'll get through it, and I'll see that. I'll get through it, and I'll just be like, I'll be okay, and I'll be all right, but I'll be on edge the whole film.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't in the mindset.
No, I think it was just because you didn't realise, like, you had it more in your head, like, about half an hour before.
Yeah. I was like, I said to you earlier in the day, I was like, I can't wait just to go to the cinema, have a nice, like, relaxed cinema experience.
Yeah, on a Monday.
But it never played out.
We were sat there, and film starts, and to be fair, not spoiling loads, but the start of the film, one of the most, like, suspenseful kind of starts in a really, really subtle way. It starts a blank screen with a kid narrating. Yeah. It's a really, really eerie, good start. And all that she does is she narrates the premise of the opening. So she basically says, this is the start of the story, and tells you the start of the story.
Which I don't think is spoiling if we say it.
No, the premise of the story is she basically says, there's a class in my school, in my town, that one night at 2:17 a.m. in the morning, every single kid in that class runs out of their home and runs into the woods. And that's the start of the film. And then it cuts to one single lad that's in that class, in the classroom, then the next day after they've all left. And that's the kind of premise, like, what's happened to the kids. That's literally all you sort of see, really.
Yeah, and then there's a bit of a screening of the kids running and stuff, and they do a very weird run.
Yeah, they do a weird run, yeah.
But there's some, like, light-hearted music over it, and I don't know, I wasn't, like...
It's not a bad start.
I would say I wasn't scared watching that part.
No,
I was okay with that.
I'll give you that. It is off-putting, but it's not, like, it's not horror...
Yeah,
it's not like bang.
Yeah, but I was on edge, and I was sat there and I was like, right, I can't. Like, no. I don't think I can do this. So I whispered to Joel, I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go put myself in another screening of a film.
Yeah. So he got his things, got up, and left me. I'm giving you real leeway with this. Maybe 6.5, 7 minutes into the film.
I think that's pretty lenient. I think 6 minutes might be a
speed limit camera ahead.
Show you that. So he just left. So this is what happened afterwards. So obviously I left the screening, left you there by yourself. What were your thoughts?
To be honest, my thoughts were there's quite a lot of people in the screen. Like I've got like these 2 big popcorn buckets. I've got a lot of stuff. I don't really want to go and watch a different film. At that time, I wasn't.
Were you thinking of leaving or not?
No. All I was thinking is like,
will I come back?
Well, more so to kind of check on you, sort of thing. But in my head, I was like, no, he's took this opportunity. I'm the one who's been left, so I'm going to stay here because that's my ticket, and I'm into this film. I'm going to commit to this. So that's all that I had in my head. I was like, just watch it. It's not that bad. You watch them all the time in your room and stuff, no problem. And there's quite a few people in the screen as well, and they were pretty chill, to be fair. They were like, every time there was like a bit of suspense or a bit of eerie music, you'd hear like, oh, or something.
But you actually heard people like get a bit nervous?
It was quite like a good screen, to be fair. Better than your screen, but we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, basically I sat there for all the film, no problem at all. A few little jump scares, nothing stupid. But honestly, I laughed more than it was scary. I laughed more in that screen, and so did everyone. It was quite funny at times. And I would recommend going to watch it like just as a film. And the only regret I have is that I know that you would have liked that film.
Yeah, I need to watch it. We've done a review on TikTok that you should go watch if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah.
When we talk about the films and the experience, but this is more of an in-depth talk about what happened.
Yeah. But, I mean, from Mitch's perspective, like I didn't know what happened from Mitch's perspective, sort of thing. Like, all I know is he left the screen, and I checked my watch about half an hour, 40 minutes into the film, and he basically texted me saying, like, I'm in a screening of Nobody 2 in this screen, this seat, you know, if you want to join me, sort of thing. Otherwise, see you after.
Well, yeah, I just was letting you know so you knew where I was.
Yeah, but, you know, I was there.
So obviously the last thing you saw was me stand up and take my things and walk out after I said to you I'm going to go. I walk out the screen. I felt a bit of a numpty, I'm not going to be honest. I felt like a wet lettuce.
To be fair, a lot of people probably thought, like, oh, he's going to... Wait, he's got his stuff.
I put my stuff in my pocket, and I had my water bottle, so they might have just thought I'm taking my drink for a walk.
Yeah, to be fair. And you clanged the big metal popcorn tins that I had.
Yes, I did.
On the way out.
They were under my seat, so
it's
I couldn't move them.
It's all suspenseful and all that.
Yeah. I was adding some atmospherics to the audience.
True, yeah.
So I put my stuff out, I walk out, and obviously the person scans your ticket on the way into the screen, basically. Yeah. And I saw that person. It was a lady.
The same lady?
Yeah, it was a lady sat there on a chair. And I said to her, like, I'm in a showing of Weapons. I'm not that big of a horror fan. Like, can I go in and watch another film? Like, there's a showing of Nobody 2 that starts in, like, I think it literally just started at 20 past 9, and it was like 23 minutes past at this point. And she was like, it should be alright, but just go speak to someone on the desk. Yeah. And I was like, okay, fine. Yeah. So I with my head held low,
your tail between your legs.
Tail between my legs. To be fair, I had my head up. I was like, come on, I'm actually doing something strong. Like, normal me would have just sat in, like, the old me would have just sat in that cinema.
That's not something strong. The old you was stronger.
No.
You sat and watched Friday the 13th in the film.
I would have just sat in that cinema and hated it. And
you wouldn't have. It wasn't that bad.
Well, probably not. But like, okay, in the past, me would have just sat there and bared through it. But this me, I was like, okay, no, I've got the bottle and the fuck it. Let's just go. You haven't got the bottle.
You bottled it.
Exactly. The opposite. I'm trying to just upplay myself.
Yeah.
So my head held high, tail between my legs, the opposites. Wandered over to the desk where a lovely young man walked over. And I said the same thing to him. I said, excuse me, sir, I'm a little bitch boy and I can't stand horror movies. And he laughed in my face.
Get back in there now.
You pussy. Go watch it. No, I said exactly the same thing. I was like, I'm in a showing of Weapons. I'm not a big fan of horror movies. There's a showing of Nobody 2 on in the minute. Can I go watch that film? And he literally looked at the seats and was like, and I'd already looked and I knew there were spaces. And he went, yeah, just go sit like somewhere on the back row. There's a couple of spaces. And I was like, oh, they were the seats I was looking at anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I need a ticket? And he was like, no, it's in screen 8. Just head over there and just go in. Yeah, screen 8 is a bit of a shitter.
Yeah.
It was quite full, to be fair.
Back row as well.
Yeah. So I wandered over, saw the lady, and she was like, is it all okay? And I was like, yeah, it's sound. He just said go sit on the back row somewhere. And that's what I did. I walked straight in, went to screen 8, walked straight along the back row and sat in the corner by myself, my heart pounding still from, like, feeling the nervy edge from the, like, I was feeling like sick and everything. I don't know why.
You definitely made it way worse than it was.
Yeah, like my heart rate was like over 120. It was high for some, like, I was so on edge and I was just sat there by myself in the corner, like, oh, I can relax now. Like, I feel like I'm.
You've
like,
gone
I was
from
still
a horror to a comedy.
What? No, an action thriller.
Oh yeah,
but with more comedy aspects.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sat there. A few people wandered in, and then
you had a bad screen apparently.
I had a bad screen. So yeah, it's sort of a separate story, but still entitled into this. You had a nice screening, everyone laughing, enjoying the film.
Was really cushy.
I was the only issue who was talking and had to walk out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in my screening, I had a couple come sit like. So I was in a 2 because obviously we're Odeon and we're sluts for a good screen.
Yeah.
We had you get the sofas in our Odeon because it's a Lux.
Yeah.
So I was sat in the sofa by myself. I had the 2.
Yep.
And then a couple came and sat in the chair next to me, not in the what. So there was a gap
right
between.
Next to you,
there was a gap between us. And the fella sat on the right side and the lady sat on the left. She chucked all of her stuff onto the seat in between us, including 2 bags of popcorn. She then got a blanket out and unravelled it and put it across herself. Sat there then, and her fella went to the toilet and she just sat there on her phone.
Like someone sat there?
Nope, said nothing to me.
That's weird.
Didn't say anything to me. She just presumed I was there by myself.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I wasn't. I was there with you, but you were on the screen.
Exactly, but I could have been running late or, anything.
So, the movie starts, we've seen all the trailers. They were very similar to the trailers that I just watched on the other screen.
But no Conjuring.
No Conjuring trailer, no. So I watched them, and the film starts, And as soon as the film starts and there's a bit of a talking intro, she grabs a bag of her popcorn on the seat next to me. Both of them, for some reason, proceeds to open them and then starts eating them, pauses, lets the film carry on for a minute. I'm like, okay, she's done now.
Yeah.
No, she scrunches the bag back up, holds it above her head and shakes it in the air. Shakes it in the air, makes a load of noise.
Yeah.
Absolute knobhead. Yeah, knobhead is the word.
To be fair, I gotta say, all I'm hearing, mate, right now is karma.
Yeah. No, it's not karma.
You left me in a horror screen in the middle of iSense.
Well,
like literally the middle of the screen.
Yeah, so you're in the safest spot.
No, I'm not in the safest spot. I can hear everything.
Yeah, but you're in the safest spot if someone walked in.
What do you mean if someone
I don't know,
walked
that's
in?
what I always think of. I always think of, like, is someone going to walk in?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. So she did that, and a fella literally turned to her, and I am phrasing him word for word, so what I'm about to say is kind of offensive, so I do apologise. He turned to her and went, "Shut the fuck up, you retard." That's what he said to her. That was her partner. And she went, "I'm not being that noisy." And he went, "Yes, you are." And that was it. That was the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
So, apologies for what I just said, but that's what he said to her.
Yeah.
And they said it quite loud. I heard it. And then that was it. She was fine for pretty much the rest of the film until right at the end when she decided to scruffle up her popcorn bags again for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, another bad thing happened in that screening. I'm just moaning now at this point. About 10 minutes into the film, a group of 4 walk in. And they don't know where their seats are. They put their torches on. They're walking down the middle of the aisle. They're right in the middle of the screening. They are stood up looking at all the seats with torches on. And then they finally find their seats. Then they finally sit down. And I'm like, okay, they're fine. They're sorted now.
They're done.
No. Through the whole film, the 2 girls, because it was like two couples.
Like a double date.
A double date scenario, yeah. The 2 girls who were sat next to each other on their phone pretty much the whole film, laughing. And I'm like, oh, they're laughing at the film. No. They were laughing generally. They were just laughing at things. I don't know what they were laughing at.
Just on their phone.
I presume so, just on their phone.
Yeah,
they were
what's
laughing
the point?
at.
You paid that money to go and watch something. It's only 2 hours of your life, whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous, that.
That's it. Anyway, so that's my screening. That was my screening. That's my karma, I suppose, then, is what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
guess so, yeah. So, in all audience, would you have left me? Would you have left me?
Yeah.
Would you have took it by the horns and just, held out, but... No.
Well, what I want to know is, did I make the right decision? Am I wrong for leaving the screening?
No.
Like,
no, you're not wrong for leaving the screening. You're wrong for leaving me.
No, well, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I mean. Like,
is Mitchell a good friend?
No, well, okay. But was it worse if I'd have sat there and endured? If I'd sat there and endured it and hated it?
I laughed at least 3 times.
You were laughing at me at the start.
Exactly. But you would have laughed with us. It would have been enjoyable.
I
bet you I laughed more than you did in your screen.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, there you go. Says it all. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if you want to go hear our reviews on the films,
oh yeah, check out TikTok.
Check out the TikTok. We do a review. Shrimp score, but obviously it was a bit different because
it was only out of 5.
It wasn't out of 10 because we couldn't do it.
Yeah, we couldn't combine. So what we'll do next time, though, audience, if this podcast gets 100 views, Mitch will go and watch Weapons by himself.
Well, I'll watch it by myself.
I'll go watch nobody.
I won't go to the cinema and watch it. I'll wait until it comes out.
No.
It'll be on Amazon soon.
No. He'll go to the cinema.
I don't want to go to the cinema.
100 views, audience. Please do it. Share, like, subscribe, do whatever. Listen time and time again.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. If this gets 100 views, listens, I'll go watch.
He'll do it. We'll live stream him.
We can't do that.
We'll tie him to the Odeon Lux chair. He won't move.
I'll go full I'll put a GoPro on my head and just record myself. Like, you know what, like wide angle lenses.
Yeah, excuse me, sir, you can't record. I'm recording me.
Yeah. What's his name? Francis Boudoir.
Oh yeah. Wide angle lens
on my face, and I'm just sat there like the whole film. Right. Anyway, this has been a conversation from the front seat.
Yes, very good.
If you like this, we might do a few more of these.
Let us know, please, because it's enjoyable for us, and
this is what Talking Shrimp should have been. This is what Talking Shrimp was going to be.
Yeah, it was going to be called this. It was going to be this. It's everything.
Yeah, literally. We were going to do this, like conversations from the front seat, from the front of a car, whilst driving to a gig, which is kind of what we're doing.
It's kind of what we're doing.
And we just talk about random waffle, which is what we're doing. So if you like this, let us know. If you want us to go back to the normal platform, we will do that eventually.
Yeah, we might listen to you, but deep down, we don't really care.
Well, I do.
I don't.
Evidently, I really care because I walked out of a screening.
Exactly.
So I do care. So be nice to me, and just let me know if I did the wrong thing or if I did the right thing or what I should have done. How about that?
Yeah. But in other news, go watch Weapons, and we'll see you again next week
for another Talking Shit podcast.
Thank you very much.
Bye.